Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is kind of just resuming exactly where my last video left off. I just did an update on my 71-inch cold frame there. And yeah, we're going in. So the greenhouse looks really sunny right now. I think you're kind of zoomed in. I'm going to zoom you back out a bit. I'll head up the stair. My south wall is completely in the sun. The roof is completely in the sun right now. And in the morning, that still gets the sun. But we're in the middle of October, and the craziest thing happens, as bright as it looks right now, as soon as Halloween hits, this thing basically gets no sun until Valentine's Day. Very little just along the front. The sun just gets too low in the sky and gets behind those huge trees. They're deciduous oak trees, so they're going to drop their leaves and just sort of get some dappled light. I always think, yes, this is so great. You know, it's fall is good, everything's growing strong, and then say Halloween hits and everything just basically shuts down. So I don't know what it exactly looks like in here. The air conditioner I'm leaving in this year at the back here, and I have just basically bubble wrapped it up. I get sick of bringing it in and out every year. It's heavy, and I gotta put it up there, and it's like you need to get up on a ladder with an air conditioner on your shoulder to put it up. So hopefully I don't destroy it. It shouldn't. It's very insulated and very dry. That's my air conditioner. And then the other thing I have to worry about in here is this year I've done a lot with LED lights, and I'm continuing that trend. So for now, it is fairly warm in here. We'll walk over and we'll check the temperature first. My air conditioner is not running, but that is I just call it an outdoor sort of cooler. It's a vent, a fan that comes on, a high RPM fan. And even this time of year, it needs to run in the daytime up on this side. And so in here, 76 Fahrenheit, 25 Celsius, and 82% humidity. So the hydrofogger is going to come on very soon, unless I unplug it. So I'm going to unplug it right now. Hopefully. There we go. It's unplugged. And I'm going to turn this guy off for now because he might be creating some extra noise. Let's see if I can. There we go. Oh, and the lights just turned on. Crazy. Well, that was good timing for the lights to turn on and that to turn off. Just going to do one more thing here. So if you have a Google Home, mute the video. I guess unless you have fans on your Google Home, you don't need to mute the video. Hey Google, turn off the greenhouse fans. There we go. We're going to turn off all the fans in here for a minute. And yeah, so this is good. Upgrade right here. The last few months I have had an LED here over my cephalotus. I haven't truly been able to see how my cephalotus are doing because it was one of those, and I got this from a comment I read on one of my posts. It was a blurple light. The blue and purple, it was blurple. I couldn't see anything. The light that was here was even affecting my photographing of stuff in the greenhouse other places because the blurple would get into it. So I decided to upgrade my lighting right here. So now I have the YGrow 1500 watt full spectrum, beautiful, clear as sunshine light coming in, shining down. I had to raise it up another foot, maybe more. I remember when I installed the blurple light, I had to raise it up like 2 or 3 times from the fluorescent. So now it's up again, like above the air conditioner basically. And yeah, it shines down and everything looks awesome with this light. I'm loving, if you've seen any of my reviews or even my videos downstairs lately, I'm trying to switch away from those blurples as much as I can. And look at this, with the light on even, it just looks like warm sunshine for my cephalotus. So the coloring of the cephalotus, I can't give a whole lot of credit to this light. It was the old light. This is fairly new in this location, but it sure looks good. So we got a bunch of cephalotus here, all different kinds, and they're growing nicely. It's been long enough to like realize stuff is happening. Like that's brand new open, and this guy's, look at that. I love it when they have like the ultra wide lids, and these pictures are so big. I've actually noticed like a bit of algae growing on the pictures from like when I max see them. I guess they sit there with nutrients on them. And yeah, so stuff is doing good. So this is one tray of my cephalotus. You guys lately have been seeing my cephalotus downstairs more so. And I think some of that was to do with the blurple light. I couldn't film out here. It was just that light made things unfilmable. There's some Hoya cuttings over here as well. My hamatas are getting in on this light. But the amazing thing is, this light is so strong. The next shelf down is getting light. And the plants on the ground are getting light. It's just amazing. Excuse my mess down there. But it's amazing. The plants on the ground are those really moisture-loving, shade-loving sort of plants. There's some utricularia. It's kind of wet down there from when I was watering earlier today. There's some Hoya cuttings that are like shade. My Dracula orchids down there are shade. But yeah, let me see if I can... I don't know where it would be. Anyways, you'll have to trust me on this, because I measured it when I set this up. That the light down here it's increased by about 200 foot candles on the ground. And we're talking like 6 feet away, 7 feet away from the YGrow light itself. It's just so much brighter in here. It's amazing. I can enjoy these plants down here. There is a fluorescent light under the shelf, but this was always just in shadow here. And so now all these plants down here are actually like benefiting from this light up here. So that's really awesome. It's covering a lot of ground, and I've had to raise it up like super high for that. So that is an exciting light, and I'm really, really, happy with that. Being it's winter, what else am I doing? Well, I have disabled the vents. They are now disconnected, and in preparation for... There's some plastic that's going on up there. You can see it's a little bit dirty and stuff. I need to get some cleaning done up there. There's some orchid spikes coming out over there. One hit the roof and is like going outside the vent. It's like, stop it. It's like, wants to like leave the greenhouse. There's a few that are, those are Lilalia and Seps, like a Cattleya. I just put a makeshift bulb up here. One of my old bulbs, for the Hoya that are up here, they've never had light in the winter, so my Hoya are getting a bit more light. Lots of Hoya. These Hoyas are getting some more light too, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, so these things have never had light. This time of year they go into the pitch black basically. That wall there is like a fully shaded wall at the best of times, so I think I'm going to see good things from just having... Those are just those screw-in fluorescent sort of bulbs. I think they're 45 watts each. But yes, what else is in here? Actually, right now, the only other new light in here, this is also a YGrow light down here. They class it as a 100 watt light, but it's actually only like draws 30 watts of light. I have put a little bit of tape around it to make sure the seams can't get water in. It's under a shelf where it doesn't get sprayed anyways. But these heliumphoras had basically no light whatsoever. They were just here. They got a little bit of morning light in the summertime, and then they went into darkness for the winter. So if you grow heliumphora, you know they're really sun-loving plants. So I'm hoping that this little area now, which covers about 2 by 2 square feet, is going to get some extra light. The utricularias are doing well. Just under this is a fluorescent shop light. Some big leaves here. Look at the size of that leaf. So that's pretty cool. They're hopefully I'm going to see some blooms for the winter time. They bloomed last spring, some of them. Yeah, Rob Cantley stuck way down in the shade. Again, stuff. I've taken the 75% shade cloth off the roof of the greenhouse now in preparation for winter, where it's just this is as bright as it's been in here all year basically. Look at this. That's a nice Edwardsiana picture starting to swell. Some more utricularias. This is just sort of my personal little plants that aren't so little anymore. And then yeah, so this side over here is in the sunshine right now, so it's going to be hot over here and brighter. It's not overly hot in here. That just goes to show you the sun is pretty weak. The hydrofogger on this side is going to be going constantly. this time of day because the sun is coming in. As soon as you have sun coming in, your humidity drops. So it's very moist over here right now. And it's about 30 Celsius or 84 Fahrenheit. Sancy light still doing well on this little area here. Liking that. But that's the only other really LEDs I have in here right now. So these are lowland nepenthes, all looking pretty good. Nice pictures coming out on everything. We had a lowland tour not too long ago, so I'm not going to stay in here too long. But I just wanted to basically fill you in on fall preparation for winter time and what I have to do. So I'm thinking about lighting in here. I've said it on a few videos. I've said it for a long time that I wanted to switch out to LEDs, and I'm slowly making that change. So that YGrow 1500 watt light is awesome. I'm going to put a link to it. I got it off Amazon, amazon.ca. It's on amazon.com as well. And yeah, I'll put a link to that in the description if you guys want to check it out. And I can put a link to this one too. That's a decent light for the price. That, I believe, was like a $50 light. It does fine for, it basically, that 30 watts is the same as the fluorescent tubing. Like the fluorescent tube there, the shop light has two 32 watt bulbs in, and it covers a 4 foot by 2 foot section. So for every 2 feet is about 30 watts. And so this covers about a 2 foot section as well, and it's 30 watts as well. So for 30 watts versus, just the first 2 feet of this at 30 watts, that's about 500 foot candles under the tubes, and that's about 2,500 foot candles under the tubes for the same wattage. So just kind of something to think about. I slid everything down because the Dracula orchids and the utricularia don't even need that much light, but the Hellies did, so I'm really happy with that. And so yeah, they're now getting like lots of light. Look at this burbidgii picture. That is pretty nice as well. That's a Wistuba plant there. And this is a BE plant up here. Similar for sure. And they're getting more similar with age. The BE plants used to have a lot more red in them. Tenuous. This is a Raja Vichii. That's kind of cool. And this here, that's my Alice Brianna. I think that's how you say it. Alice Brianna. Raja burbidgii. Looking really nice. I don't know if I can see it there very well. I have Spanish moss in front of me, so I can have that in front of me. But it's looking good. And some Colossies in here. Tucked in here. More Spanish moss in front of us, but Colossies are doing well. They're an easy grower. They're fast but slow at the same time. They've done pretty good. I mean, they're about a foot across now. But, yeah, so there's some Colossies there as well. Anyways, I hope you like this getting ready for winter lights update. Lighting is very important to me these days. I think it's, other than humidity, is one of the most important things that you can have, either in a greenhouse or in your grow area or whatever. And unfortunately with me, here where I am located, we dive into darkness from Halloween to Valentine's Day, and normally everything shuts down. So I'm excited to see if the Hoyas keep growing this year as opposed to going dormant, and what happens here in this space here, if these guys continue to keep growing in the cooler months, or if they're going to kind of slow down and stop. I don't think they will now. I think I'm going to have a great winter, so I'm excited about this. Okay, I'm really letting it go now. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.